If the Nintendo Switch is lacking in any one way, it is definitely the UI. The Nintendo Switch's menus seem kind of devoid of life. Sure, most of them are pretty snappy and responsive, and that is obviously the main point of user interface. However, they lack the Nintendo charm, and they're just very bare bones as well, not even having basic features such as the ability to make folders. However, Nintendo has been slowly but surely updating the Switch UI. However, it seems like they are going at a snail's pace. I mean, the last update they did added the ability to filter or sort your Switch games, which is awesome, but only in this all software menu that no one pretty much ever uses. So, I mean, it's not the best, and there's definitely a lot of ways that they can improve. In this episode of Fix the Switch, we're going to be fixing the main Switch menu. However, I'm going to subtitle that in saying we're going to fix the filtering or sorting of the main Switch menu and make it a lot neater, because eventually in Fix the Switch we could have an episode where I redesign the entire Switch UI, because I've been wanting to do that for a while, although that is a pretty big task. So in this video, we're just going to be simply looking at some ways we can customize the Switch UI to make it a lot easier to see your games and overall just make it a lot better. Hey guys, it's Thomas from the Switch Shop, and welcome to this episode of Fix the Switch. Hey guys, so for anyone new and that doesn't know what Fix the Switch is, basically it's a series where I fix minor or pretty major issues that I have with the Switch itself. I've done things such as adding in achievements, fixing the eShop, the news tab, and even adding in themes in the past. All those videos will be linked at the end in a giant playlist if you want to watch them all. I like this series a lot, I just don't make them a ton because there's not too much I don't like about the Switch, but if there's anything you don't like, comment down below and I'll try and make it into a future episode. With that out of the way, let's quickly get into my fixes for the Switch. Menu UI Edition. So starting off, you're going to see this little thing right here. This is where the parental controls bar normally is, and the parental controls icon will just be moved to a small little icon up in the top. You can access the full parental controls from a submenu in the settings, so relegating this to just an icon on the home menu makes sense. Instead, what we have here now is a way to sort your icons by most played, publisher, etc. This is pretty much what's in the all software menu, just brought to the main Switch menu, which is what people use for the most part anyway, so I don't know why it's only in all softwares. It really should be in the main Switch menu. On top of that, you'll see here, we've added a folder. Folders are actually something I really want in the Switch. Hopefully you guys agree with me because they would be very useful. Not only would they be useful to categorize your games, say maybe 2D platformers, 3D platformers, you can make a favorites folder, or say like, oh, these are games I've already 100% completed, or these are games I have in the works. But quick story time, I got a Switch on launch day, and my sister, well, did not. She didn't really see the need to get a Switch because the only franchises she really likes that much are Pokemon and Fire Emblem. And she already had a 2DS, so she could play all those games there. However, then when Fire Emblem Warriors came out, she really wanted that, so she bought it and I let her play it on my Switch, because rather than make her buy an entire Switch, I was like, hey, you can just use mine. Slowly, we kinda ended up sharing my Switch as she wanted to play other games such as Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I just let her have her own profile and go at it. However, eventually it got really annoying to scroll past all of her games whenever I wanted to play something I wanted to play. So it would make a lot more sense if she was able to make a folder for all her games that I don't play, such as Fire Emblem Warriors and various eShop games that she purchased. Also, it just makes the Switch menu look a lot more clean, and being able to customize the title of these folders and even the background color once they're opened up would be a must. Hell, you were allowed to do this on the Wii U and 3DS, so I do not see why you can't on the Switch. Next up, you'll see we have a little icon at the bottom, which is akin to the one on the 3DS that lets you scale up or down your icons. Basically, press plus on your Joy-Con and this will increase the size of the icons, or press minus and it'll decrease. Plus and minus don't really do anything on the Switch menu anyway. Plus brings up the game's submenu, but you can do that regardless by pressing Y, so it wouldn't be a huge loss to add plus to this plus or minus feature. On top of that, it would be really useful to be able to fit more icons on the Switch's home screen, because while in handheld mode, the current home screen looks pretty fine, but when you're docked in console, being able to only fit, like 4 or 5-ish icons on your TV at once, that's just kind of ridiculous. The icons are way too big and they don't need to be that big. You can scale them down and still see the icons perfectly fine. That's why, in my opinion, you should even be able to save a preset for when you're in handheld or in docked mode. So if you take your Switch out of the dock, it will revert back to this menu, but if your Switch is docked on the TV, it'll look like this. In my opinion, that would be really neat and increase the visibility and overall how good the Switch UI looks. On top of that, pairing any of this with something like themes I've discussed in one of my previous Fix the Switch episodes would be awesome. Hopefully you guys all do agree with that, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this episode. It was pretty quick, just got some easy fixes that I think need to be made to the Switch UI, and hopefully Nintendo listens and makes them soon. With that out of the way, if you want to see my thoughts for achievements on Switch, or fixing the eShop, or fixing the news tab, or even adding themes, you can watch all those by clicking the playlist that'll be on screen now. Make sure to subscribe if you are new for more Fix the Switch episodes, and other stuff too, like concept trailers, theories, and news updates. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace.